Recording in progress.
Всем добро пожаловать на открытый звонок Zoom с Дэвидом Кьюбисом. Спросите Дэвида о чем угодно. Дэвид, владелец юридической фирмы Веню, сертифицированный фасилитатор направления «Радость бизнеса», фасилитатор трехдневного телесного класса, фасилитатор правильного богатства для вас. В том числе он ведет тренинги для CF-ов, он ведет CF-тренинг «Правильное богатство для вас». И у нас на самом деле уже подготовлено несколько вопросов для Дэвида, которые вы писали ранее, какие-то были написаны мне в личку. И давайте тогда сразу же приступим и спросим Дэвида. David, I just said that today is Dr. David Kubes with us. He is owner of a law firm in Vienna, also certified facilitator of Jewish business, 3-day body class, and also you facilitator of Right Riches for You. And also you run CF training for Right Riches for You facilitators.
Yes.
And would you please tell us how is that to work for or maybe work with Gary and Dane? So is there any difference working for someone and working with someone? I will translate.
Oh, well, thank you first of all so much for, okay, you translate
Please,
first.
1
Okay.
second, yeah. Yes.
Okay. So first of all, welcome everyone, and thank you for joining me, or literally us, Lydia and myself, for this Ask Me Anything Zoom. And thank you, Lydia, for the first question. How is it to work for or with Access, and what is the difference? First of all, well, what is the difference between working for someone and working with someone? I think this is a very great question. And what's the difference? Well, if you work for someone, you have a job. And when you work with someone, you co-create something together. And that's a big, big difference. When you co-create, you're part of it. You do it for the fun of it. You don't have working hours. For me, it's when you turn your hobby into a business. And I consider myself very, 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 I would say privileged and lucky that I can say that I work 18 hours a day, but every moment, it doesn't feel like working. It's literally creating something that something that I enjoy doing, that I really enjoy doing, where I can't get enough from. So that's a very beautiful state of being. So if you ask me how it is to work with Access, it's fun, it's fantastic, and it's very, very challenging. Why? Because I have to use the tools every day. Because if I don't, I have Gary Douglas on the phone screaming at me, "What question is this?" Or his favorite, "Just choose." So it's literally similar as in classes. Gary inspires everyone and also empowers everyone to literally be in question 24/7, to choose and to follow awareness. And especially as a lawyer, oh my God, at the beginning, it was very, very, very challenging, but also great because I could experience how powerful the tools are. There were situations where I called Gary and said, "Hey, we can't do this. We have to do it this way." And he said, "What question is this?" He always reminded me to ask the question, and I could experience the power of the access tools. And I think this is probably why I'm so enthusiastic about facilitating and being a lawyer and because I use the tools and they work. You just have to use them and you will find out There's literally nothing. There is nothing in the world you cannot have, you cannot handle. Um, Go for it. Use the tools and practice, okay? I started working with Access and with Gary Douglas 9 years ago, and there's still a lot to learn, but it's fun.
Thank you. And we had a next question about, I will read it. Actually,
Yes.
1 second. I well, it was about your law firm actually. You know, I used to work in law firm too, and
Mhm.
I personally I adore my job. I love the atmosphere of the office. You know, it was in the center of Moscow. We have a Kremlin view. I like this vibe of of legal firm with a long history. I personally enjoy, but many people do not. And we
Mhm.
had a question. How do you combine your legal services and work in access? Because in legal services, as you said, um, everybody work for, not with, yeah? And a lot of structure and a lot of control.
Yes.
And at the same time, you work with access, and there is a lot of chaos here.
Mhm.
Question, no definition. So, like, do you use your tools in your legal practice? I'll translate myself.
But don't mute yourself. I want to listen. I need to get used to the Russian language.
Окей, so, вопрос был такой. Дэвид, как тебе удается совмещать юридическую практику и общение с людьми, например, в Access, да, потому что в юридической практике все очень структурированные, все очень точные, много определений, там работают на кого-то, не с кем-то. А в Access, да, более духовные люди, а, много хаоса, меньше структуры. Как тебе удается совмещать эти два мира? Yes, thank you.
Well, first of all, yes, in a law firm, there is a lot of structure, there's a lot of control, there's not a lot of question, um, but you still use the tools. So I am aware of the structures, and I am aware of what it requires. I'm aware that people work for me. So I am willing to do structure, and I'm willing to have people work for me. Two of my secretaries, they don't want to work with me. They want to come at 9 and leave at 5 and off they go. But I am aware of it and then I can use them. I know they require structure and therefore I'm willing to be structure in my law firm, which is one of the tools. And the tools that I'm using in my law firm is what will work here? So as a lawyer, when my client comes, I don't ask them questions. They tell me it is I pay you to find a solution. And of course I say, of course I will find a solution, but in my head, I'm constantly being the question, what else is possible here? What is it that I haven't considered yet? So it's a beautiful way of practicing the tools in this reality. And what I say is very different of what I be. It's beautiful because all that matters is your point of view. The words you use are irrelevant. And I also manipulate everyone with the words and the energy. When I need to negotiate a very, very difficult deal, I do SOP under the conference table. I walk in the room and go 1, 2, 3. I clear entities when someone is really strange, but I don't do it loud. So that's a beautiful way. And I literally, I have to be really honest here. I discovered the power of the tools in my law firm because there were deals, no way this will ever work. And I just went, no, what else is possible? What else is possible? What else is possible? And suddenly something changed. Being the tools in this reality, as a lawyer, I discovered how powerful they are. And once I discovered how powerful they were, oof, I started to use them more and more and more. Um, And sometimes it's fun. It's actually always fun because I make it fun, because I use the tools. And there are things that are, I sometimes go, wow, this will be exhausting. This will be, dealing with 25 stupid people. But then I remind myself, wait a minute, I'm magical. I can change that. So I change my point of view. I go into these meetings and the energy I be, or the tools I use, the change I be, I just change it. So this is how I discovered the power of the tools. And of course, with access, it's like the playground. It's fun. It's beautiful. What I love about facilitating, it's a completely different energy. But seeing people getting the change, or especially in body classes, you so sense when bodies for the first time in years relax, when you have people in your classes that they never, they didn't even think about stopping judgment. And then after 3 days, suddenly you see them happy bodies, the world of no judgment. Their faces change, their look change. They suddenly shine, when they come, they are frustrated, they are angry, they are full of judgment. And 3 days later, in just 3 days, they kind of fly away like on cloud seven, shining, sparkling, happy. That's just a different application of access tools that also is beautiful. It's incredible. You sense the power of the tools when you facilitate as well. And it always surprises me in all areas where I use the tool. I go, wow, it's just magical. There's nothing is impossible. So that's how I play with the tools. And I'm also aware what's required.
That's amazing. And I was just recently telling that you had such an amazing six-part series about the body. And even
Mhm.
last call, when I was totally not going to ask you a question, you said, Lydia, you have a question. I said, why I have a question? I don't. And when I see that my hand was raised in the Zoom, okay, maybe my body somehow pressed it, but I haven't noticed. And I was so confused to ask you this question. And I'm actually very glad that I asked because it created a lot of freedom personally for me.
Yeah.
And it's such a surprise that lawyer has a lot of capacities and awareness with the body. And what changes have you received for yourself? What can you like
Mm.
I will translate.
Yes.
И я хотела сказать, что вообще это удивительно, потому что Дэвид юрист, и он недавно закончил серию 6 частей про тела. И это была просто абсолютно потрясающая серия. Особенно на шестом звонке, когда я не собиралась задать вопрос, а Дэвид говорит, у Лидии вопрос. Я говорю, нет. Оказалось, что Zoom сам поднял за меня руку, а у меня действительно был вопрос, я его просто стеснялась задать. И я счастлива, что я его спросила, потому что я получила очень много свободы. И не мог бы ты рассказать, а какие ты для себя лично получил изменения благодаря телесным процессам? Я.
Well, the changes that I have personally experienced, first of all, I'm not stressed anymore. And that's beautiful. I literally, I travel a lot, I work a lot, but I always, when I go to bed, I sleep like a baby. All these stress symptoms, headache or body ache, especially the body. Before I started access, I had incredible back pain and all the tension in the shoulder when you sit on the table and you're not relaxed. I always thought it's because I'm sitting on a desk. Oh well, it was probably my point of view, but I literally, since I'm not taking anything that occurs in my life personal, and I know I can handle everything. There's no tension in my body anymore, which which is incredible. That the physical well-being, the habits of eating, of doing workout, um, it all became a natural flow. So I can actually eat whatever I want and I don't gain weight. I do whatever sports I want. I don't have to do it. I do it because my body likes it. So I started listening to my body when it requires what. And it turned out that I created that communion with my body where I don't need to worry about, gaining weight, losing weight, how it looks. My hairdresser always says, when do you finally get white hair? And I said, nope. I told my body that I don't like it, so we have a deal. No white hair. So this is a way where I literally learned to enjoy life, to take it easy and to relax. And that relaxation, and especially not being stressed, that created that beautiful well-being, mental and physical well-being that I really enjoy. Before Access, I was harshly judging my body all the time. I had to go to the gym 5 times a week. I had terrible back pain. I overworked my body. I had a very strict diet. I didn't sleep well. Took me hours to fall asleep. I woke up at 3, 4 a.m. being worried. Um, I had to meditate 3 hours every Sunday to survive Monday and Tuesday. Tuesday evening, I saw an energetic worker to fix me for Wednesday and Thursday. And Thursday, I went to acupuncture to survive Friday. That was my life. And I was successful, but that was it. um, and with the tools, it just became this ease, ease and joyful living. I enjoy every moment. And if there are moments that are not joyful, I turn them into joyful. So it's a very, very, very beautiful life that I live now.
We have a question in the chat. David, you are Austrian. And if
Yes.
so, do you have classes on German? Are you coming to Germany or are you having classes in Austria?
Yes, I facilitate in German as well. Foundation, 3D body class, business done different, right riches. It's very different. I do BAS classes as well. And I facilitate in Munich, Vienna, and Hamburg. Um, I have hosts there, and they always want me to come. And yes, I do that, and I enjoy it.
Also, we had a question about relaxation. One lady said that she has difficulty with relaxation, and she's
Mhm.
aware that she has a bars in her toolbox, and she can ask a question, but sometimes she cannot figure out what question to ask. And maybe you have some. She said that maybe you have a life hack. Maybe
Yes.
you have a secret tip how to relax. Yeah. I'll translate. И одна леди спросила, что ей сложно бывает расслабиться. И, конечно же, у нее есть бары, и, конечно, она может задать вопрос, но иногда никакой вопрос в голову не приходит. Какие у тебя секретики или какой у тебя лайфхак, чтобы расслабиться?
Well, yes, I have a life hack, and the life hack is relax. If there is no question to ask, don't ask a question, move on. So don't force yourself. Sometimes it's not even the time to ask a question. What I normally do, I either start watching Netflix or I go for a run, or I ask someone to run my bars. Sometimes I call my sister. She talks so much. It's beautiful. She keeps me busy for an hour and then I'm over it. So what will work here? Don't force yourself. Take it easy and do something that you enjoy. And if you think you have to ask a question, there is a life hack question. What question could I ask now to change this? Ask for a question. What question could I ask to change this? Boom. And then relax. Wait. And with relax, I mean stop thinking. Distract yourself. I honestly, I distract myself with sports, with Netflix, get my bath run. And sometimes I'm not, you have these days where you go, "Oh, I don't want to do anything." Well, then don't do anything. It's okay. The good thing about humanoids is you get bored so fast. So don't be afraid to get lost, but allow yourself that space where you just don't do anything. Take a nap, whatever. Or have good sex. That's also really good.
Can we ask question about sex?
Anything.
Soon we're gonna have an Instagram live of Lady Moira, and also recently I was translating your friend Christopher Hughes, and he made an interesting analogy that the way you receive, it's the way you are having sex. So what was in foundation? Sex and no sex as receiving and not receiving. So what could you say about like receiving, I would say, because we had a question, what would it take to receive more from a participant? So like, can you talk something about that? И я его
Okay.
спросила, она что, здесь
You
можно про секс говорить? Я говорю, что я недавно переводила его друга Кристофера Хьюза, и он там привел прекрасную аналогию между тем, что то, как вы занимаетесь сексом, это также вы и получаете. У нас был вопрос от одной из участниц, как не расширить свое получение. Не мог бы ты немножечко расширить эту тему?
finished? Good. Sex and receiving. Listen, there's one really important information. Having sex with someone does not increase your receiving. If someone tells you you have to learn to receive more, therefore you have to have sex with me, run, okay? Run away. This is bullshit. Receiving, what is true receiving? Receiving is literally having no judgment about yourself. What can I get? And that's where receiving starts. Don't judge yourself, especially with sex. Don't judge the way your body looks. Don't judge the size of your body, all of that. The judgments kill receiving. It's the judgment. So no matter what shape and form and size you currently are, you can look in the mirror and go, yes, I'm beautiful. And guess what? You can ask for a change. You don't need to go, oh, I'm overweight. I have 120 kilos. I'm beautiful. No, you can say, I'm beautiful, and let's try out a body with 80 kilos. Invite your body to a different possibility, to a new adventure, but you don't have to judge who you are today. You can add a demand to change it and go, okay, come on, body, let's try out something new. How about we try 75 kilo? And then the body goes, oh yeah, let's do this. Very different energy than, my body is so fat, I will never find a man. That doesn't work. So if you stop judgment and start acknowledging yourself and seeing the beauty in you for who you are, that starts receiving, because this allows people to find you. This allows you to find these people. You know how many people like, larger women? There are many, many men out there that go, oh my God. They always say, I don't want to have sex with a toothpick. They want someone corpulent, yeah, a larger woman with big tits and a big ass. They want something to grab. But if you judge yourself for being too large, too fat, you can't see them. It's like you hide yourself. So judgments is what literally kills receiving. And once you stop the judgment, it opens the receiving. And receiving means that you are able and willing to see what is. And that you go, wow, I deserve this. I like this. And start being honest with yourself, what you truly like, especially with our bodies. There are so many expectations and projections about how we should look. Ask your body, hey, body, what size do you like? What shape do you like? What would be comfortable for you? When you can ask yourself, hey, body, are you a hedonist? Hedonist bodies, they love to enjoy everything. They love having good sex, but they love having good food. They love good conversations. Hedonists have orgasmic moments all the time. But if you think you can only eat salad and only drink water so you keep slim, you're not celebrating hedonism. And this is why you stop receiving. So receiving has a lot to do with just acknowledging who you are, being honest with yourself, and stop judgment. Judgment kills creation, receiving, money flow, and everything else.
Also, we had a very simple and very short question. I'm sure you have nothing to say about that. What is money for you? У нас был
Money.
очень, у нас был очень простой такой коротенький вопрос. Я уверена, что тебе об этом совершенно нечего сказать. Что для тебя значит деньги?
Well, money is my best friend. Money is my servant. Money is my playmate. I love money. And I love to create with money. It's this, at the end, money is an energy, okay? Money is an energy. Money is an invention of mankind, okay? Money does not derive from nature. Money was actually invented by people to make trading easier. So the original energy of money is, how can I make your life easier? That's the idea of money, to make things easier. This is the only reason why money was invented, to make things easier. And if you acknowledge that, hey, there's a thing that was invented to make my life easier, well, you might invite money to your life by asking money, hey, can you make this easier for me? Can you make this easier? What does that mean? Well, me traveling to St. Petersburg. Make it easy, fly first class. Of course. Thank you, money, for making that happen. Contribution to my body, contribution to everything. Um, that's how you invite money. Just acknowledge that money was designed to make life easier. But you have to invite money. Okay, money doesn't go, oh, money doesn't come to people who judge it either. So my life, I live my life like a real fun party where I always invite money and I make sure that the party is fun because money likes to move, money likes joy, money likes exchange, it's energy. Energy has to move. Energy always have to move, and I make sure that the energy of money is moving.
Thank you. And I must say that you personally, for me, such an inspiration because I got so bored from people who are whining and complaining and, like, thank you for flying first class. Thank you. Because it makes me also like reaching for more, choosing more. It's so amazing how we, by being us, inviting people to choose also different possibilities.
Thank
Я сказала, что спасибо тебе большое, потому что ты лично для меня такое вдохновение. Я уже просто не могу слушать людей, которые постоянно жалуются на то, что у них нет денег. И это просто прекрасно, когда есть кто-то, кто обожает деньги, наслаждается деньгами, выбирает больше. И когда просто сам факт существования такого человека, он уже приглашает к выбору больших возможностей. And also we had very short and not a wide at all question, like what happiness had, I even have it's even complicated for me to pronounce it. What happiness? Okay.
What?
What? It's not about Russian. I cannot even say it. What? Maybe I will write it. I literally cannot say this word, and it's not sex. It's
Yeah.
nothing else.
You can write it.
Literally, I'm not kidding. What it means for you. I think I even mispronounced it there.
Okay, say it again.
Can you read it in the chat?
Okay, well, let me read the chat. Where is my chat?
Дэвид, это что
Oh.
счастье значит для тебя?
Happiness.
Exactly.
That is happiness. Well, happiness is a choice. Okay, happiness is a choice. You listen, this is a glass, okay? And you can say it's half full or it's half empty. The amount of water won't change, but the way you look at it does change. And you can choose this with every situation. There are sad situations in the world. Okay, that doesn't mean you have to be sad. You can, there are situations that are not easy. Look at all the war we have. I mean, look at Russia. It's a very difficult situation for everyone. Does that mean we cannot be happy? No, you can always choose to be happy. You can always honor yourself and your body by choosing happiness. And sometimes it's required to pretend to be sad. When someone dies, you have to uh, express your condolences. When something horrible happens, okay, you just go, wow, horrible. But inside, you can always go, okay, and now I will choose happiness. That's the greatest gift you can be for yourself, to choose happiness and don't allow anyone to take it away from you, because that's impossible. Always choose it. You don't have to express it, okay? Just for you, just for fun. Don't tell anyone, but you can be that with yourself. And that's the greatest gift that you can be for yourself.
Thank you. Uh, I'm running a program now, 30 by 30, clearing about generosity of spirit.
Mhm.
And oh my God, there are so many resentment to become this energy. It's in the air. Can you maybe tell us what is generosity of spirit for you? Like
What is it?
generosity of spirit.
Gen
I will translate myself. Не мог бы ты сказать, что такое щедрость духа? Я говорю, что... В общем, просто, что такое щедрость духа, Дэвид?
Listen, for me, generosity of spirit is not to throw out money. It's using money to create a sparkle in someone else's world, to create a moment that this person will probably never forget, to be a positive difference in our world. And look at our world. I mean, I live in Vienna. For those of you who know Vienna, it's a beautiful city, but people are angry here. Oh my God, they are always concerned, they are always angry, they always complain. And a lot of people, especially with money, they are very greedy. So generosity of spirit for me is to to take an action that leaves an impact, a positive impact in someone else's world. For example, when I came back from Costa Rica on Monday, the taxi driver who took me from the airport to my apartment, he was really cool. He drove really fast. I like that. And then we had a really nice conversation. He was a former refugee from Syria, and within 4 years, he learned German fluently, got his driver's license and a taxi license, which is not easy. And then when he drove to my apartment building, he literally put the bags on the side so I can roll them directly into the house. So he was really taking care of me. And in Austria, the trip to the airport is about 50 euro. So I gave him 80. I gave him 30 euro tip, and he couldn't believe it. He said, no, no, I said, no, this is for you. And he just melted away. And he said, wow. And I said, yep, you're a really good driver. You learned German in 4 years and you have this license. I said, you need to be rewarded. Thank you so much. I will never see this guy again. He left. But I know he will not forget this moment where he got acknowledged with something. I mean, 50 euro and 30 euro tip. He never got that before. So for me, that's generosity of spirit, to leave these moments in life where you give other people that sparkle, that shine, that sense of hope, this wow, there is something else possible. They're not only angry people, they're not only greedy people. That's generosity of spirit, to leave these moments in someone's life and go, you know what? That. Oof.
Thank you so much. It's so beautiful. And it's such an access energy. Like every access class leaves with
Yes.
beautiful impact. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you. Я говорю, что спасибо тебе, очень красиво сказано. И на самом деле это же любой класс по Access, да, когда он действительно оставляет такие незабываемые моменты, о которых ты потом вспоминаешь еще очень долго. Как это может быть еще лучше? Скажите, 1 second, I will check our chat.
Yes, good. And check this chat as well. I still don't speak Russian. I apologize. I can't even read it. I feel like an idiot.
David, I cannot find now any question where exist, but I cannot find it. But maybe I have asked you a lot of questions today. Maybe you would like to talk about something, or maybe you would like to tell about yourself something that I haven't asked you yet.
Well,
И,
I would
Дэвид,
like.
1 second, please. И я говорю, что у нас было много вопросов, я их почему-то сейчас просто не могу найти. И я говорю, что я задавала тебе сегодня много вопросов. Может быть, есть что-то, что ты сам хотел бы о себе рассказать, о чем я тебя не спросила.
Well, I would invite you to ask yourself a question. And the question that I have for you is, if there were no limitations and if money was not an issue, what would I choose? If you knew everything was possible, and if you knew money is not an issue, tap into that energy. How would your life be like? What would you change? What would you do different? And catch that energy and make that energy real. Take that energy and go, okay, I'll have that. This is the life that I will have. When? I don't care, but I will have it. Maybe tomorrow or in 5 years. Who cares? That life that you've dreamed of, if anything was possible, what would you choose? And be that, but don't stress yourself with time. And keep that energy, be that energy, be present with that energy, and then follow the whispers of the universe and the energy that matches that energy. And I can guarantee you, you will have it. That's how energy works. Your point of view, the way you think, the point of view you have, this creates your future. This creates your life. So start reminding yourself about what life you would truly desire to live. Then go for it. You can start now.
Thank you. So beautiful. Oh,
Well, Lydia, thank you so much for this interview. Thank you so much for you coming on here. Also on the Russian thread, I just see the ones on the English one. I am, since I was in St. Petersburg with Simone, I was there in 2017 the first time. And now with Simone, I came again. I just, I was impressed by Russia. The way, the creativity, the non-drama. I mean, you're probably not aware of what we hear in the media about Russia. But when I was there, I was like, wait a minute, there is creativity everywhere. There is life, there is living, there's joy. I'm wow, honestly, to see this and to be part of this and to be able to contribute to Russia, um, I'm honored. I'm really honored. And thank you, Lydia, for inviting me. I I think it's amazing how you all just go and create your reality. And any contribution that I can be for more ease, gosh, I want more of this on planet Earth, and we will create it. So thank you all for who you be and what you choose. And don't forget, whatever you desire in life, you can have it. You can start demanding it today. So please go for it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Lydia. Thank
And
you,
how does it
everyone.
get even better? Yeah.
Bye bye. Good evening. Good night.